So our Luminoso's second product is called Compass, which allows you to take in streams of text data and be able to process that in real time to be able to understand things as they evolve and to be able to get early warning on things that are developing. So the first time we did this was actually for Sony and their digital agency Isobar when Sony was sponsoring the World Cup. So Sony built a second screen experience called One Stadium that allowed fans to be able to watch what was going on during the World Cup in the game on their tablet, and they were also able to generate real-time marketing alongside the information that was going on in social. So we had the opportunity to take in what was, to this point in time, the largest social media event that had ever happened. And I guess it really highlighted for us the difference between big text in an analytical sense and big data in general. Big text is very variable in its volume. I think that Twitter can be very spiky. If someone scores a goal during the World Cup, everybody tweets about it, and you don't want to see all of that on your second screen experience. So you need to be able to say who's contributing uniquely and interestingly to the conversation, and how much are those topics becoming the topics that people want to know about anyway. You need to be able to react accordingly. And also, you need to be able to do it in a more dynamic way. New things become important during the World Cup that weren't important at the start. So you can't have a person coming up with the keywords you have to search for. You need to have the computer go back and do that, and that's something unique to us. For example, when one player bit another player during the World Cup, suddenly the topic of biting became very related to football, to soccer, and that wasn't something we were used to. It wasn't something anybody anticipated coming in. And we need to be able to react very quickly to be able to put the commentary, the thoughts, the jokes that came along with that into the experience. I think visualizing and explaining the conclusions the computer are coming up with is almost as hard as coming up with the conclusions itself. I think when we talk about analytics and we think about analytics, nobody ever really thinks about communicating the information the computer is coming up with in a way that you can make actionable decisions on it. And I think it's incredibly important, and it's incredibly hard. For our technology, we have essentially a multidimensional vector space that you can use and look at, but you need to portray that in a way that is understandable to someone, and understandable such that you don't even need to think about math or vectors or any of that kind of thing. So for us, we really tapped into the language of visualization, the things that people know how to deal with. People understand word clouds, people understand heat maps. How can we take these more advanced concepts and use them in an analogous way? I think we're always searching for different ways of visualizing and representing our data in ways that will more clearly convey the opportunities therein to people all over the company, all over the decision-making process, all the way from analysts to people who really haven't thought about data before. And how can we take that? How can we build that out? And in the next year, I think a lot of the work that we're doing on the main dashboard product will focus in that area.